What's up, guys and gals? My name is Joy, and today we're going to look at the bullshit that is Electronic Arts Battlefront 2, the developer on Twitter calling for death threats, and my response to him and the hate that I got. So I got a lot of hate for this because I basically told the dev on Twitter that was saying, oh, I got 7 death threats, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to go into why he got the death threats. He got the death threats because EA and DICE is part of EA. They work for EA. They are also the developers of the game coming out known as Battlefront 2, and they've been doing a really shady practice. And they're still doing a shady practice because they have over 200,000 dislikes on Reddit in a sponsored DICE, tweet, developer tweet, and the developers are getting hate for it. Keep in mind, the developers put out the patches. EA gives the deadline, okay? If the developers get lazy before the deadline and don't finish the game close to the deadline, the publisher comes in and says, okay, it's crunch time, we're going to work you like your workhorses. So if a developer is sitting on their ass for 3 months when they only have a month and a half to get the game ready or something, then they're late in delivering the final product at the release time, okay? And so that's when the publisher will come in and will do crunch time. So, the developer that's getting these death threats on Twitter, I basically told him that he should quit doing a pity party and him and his team need to fix the problem, which is, a problem, which is heroes costing 60,000 credits in the game, all this other shit. And, of course, you get your corporate shields. I actually had a Twitch streamer known as Renee Reynosa. I'm assuming that she's a Mexican Twitch streamer. And she called me 12 years old or whatever, because my response to them is, pretty brutal. The developer that got upset or whatever is this guy, Mr. Sean, Big Sean 66. This is the developer. I've gotten 7 death threats, blah, blah, blah. And obviously I'm being an asshole to him. But basically, the dev is upset over EA Battlefront 2 death threats and claims for legal reasons as if he has a case. He doesn't. Until someone magically shows up at your place of business and or your residence, you got fuck all, mate. Grow a pair, fix the problem, accept that you and your team fucked up. I think that's a fair assumption. And trust me, making death threats on the internet, cops aren't going to do shit unless someone shows up at your place of residency or your place of business. Is it wrong? I never said it wasn't wrong. I never threatened him in this post, but obviously this post, as we can see here, got so much fucking hate, dude. It got so much hate. There's a couple people that are more logical than this bitch, of course, but this bitch has been fucked in the mouth so many times she doesn't know what the hell logic is. So, and of course, the dev that I'm talking about is this guy, and he blocked me. He did block me. And the tweet to him that I sent originally was this one. If you take death threats seriously, quit being a game dev. MMO devs deal with harsher backlash, yet nothing is done. It's talk and outrage. The outrage you and your team have caused. Personally, I find it funny. Maybe DICE can join Visceral on the chopping block or fix it. That's a fair thing, because if we remember recently, Visceral Games got the squeeze by EA. They basically all got fired because they weren't delivering good products. And right now, DICE is going to be probably one of the next teams to get fired, which honestly wouldn't bother me. They haven't made a good game since Battlefield Bad Company 2. But the hate that I got for saying this was uncalled for, right? I'm basically saying that DICE, the dev who's getting these death threats, needs to fix the problem. And obviously in my post where I, said that he's getting death threats, I never once threatened him or anything. I just said that his team was responsible and they need to own up to the responsibility of the problem. And he blocks me on Twitter. Okay, hi, I work at DICE. This is my response to him for blocking me. Hi, I work at DICE, and I'm a certified pussy over bad insults, apparent threats on the internet. Then when logic is used without insults/threats, again, that won't be reality anyways. I get my panties in a twist and block people. Wham. And that's basically what he did. Now, they have changed the hero stuff, but I'm not fucking buying this game, guys. Don't buy this game. Boycott this game. You want a good game? Buy the game that Capcom's making. Monster Hunter World comes out in January next year, so that's 2 months away, right? Because we're in November now. Buy that game. No microtransactions, no loot boxes. You have to earn everything by playing the game. Awesome. Thank you, Capcom. I really appreciate that. That's my stance on it. And I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars games. I like Mass Effect. I like some of the EA games that are made by EA. But DICE is a developer that likes to censor people. And right now that developer's doing exactly that. He wants pity votes because he wants to derail the Reddit thread, which is not this one. There's another Reddit thread with like 300K dislikes, and I'll link it in the comment section so you can see it. But this is a boycott on the game. People are wanting to boycott this product. And I agree. I absolutely think you should boycott. Even with the minor change to the hero cost, I think you should boycott the game. The game's not worth your time or money. And the fact that EA thinks they can fuck people over with this game is unacceptable. And yeah, that's my take. But that's my highly recommended approval rating right there. Do not buy this game. If you do buy this game, you're part of the problem. And I'm not going to threaten you or anything. I just think you're part of the problem with the gaming industry. I'm sure I'm going to get comments from fanboys defending this shit. And I'm sure I'm going to get death threats. But the fact is, the developer working at DICE is so butthurt he's getting death threats on the internet. Should grow a fucking spine, grow some balls, fix the problem to fix the backlash that he and his team created in the first place. That is the problem. That is what needs to happen, though, to fix the problem, right? Is to correct the issues that him and his team have created. Microtransactions, you know, I wouldn't mind the microtransactions so much because I understand, you know, that they're trying, as a developer and from the consumer point of view, they can't do everything we want. Remember, they're giving us the season pass for free. But at the same time, they need to work with us to a degree. And the fact is that the payouts for credits and the payouts for scraps are so terrible in this game that you're going to still be spending a decent amount of time grinding. So just because they reduced the hero cost of the game, doesn't mean that you're not going to still have to grind with the reduced hero cost. You're still going to have to grind. But I don't approve of this game. I think you should boycott it. Don't buy it. Buy Monster Hunter World. No microtransactions, and it'll be more money for your buck. Trust me. If you've played a Monster Hunter game, you know what I'm talking about. It's a great game. So I'm actually going to go pre-order that right now because I'm not supporting this. And I wanted to play this game, but after the backlash I got from fucking fanboys, I'm not going to waste my time. And I'm not going to waste my time anyways, obviously, because of the, you know, developer trying to derail the backlash from Reddit, which they rightfully deserve. They rightfully deserve that shit. You know, death threats or not, you deserve some sort of backlash for the shit you've done. And if you're going to block me on Twitter because you're offended by my logical response, which is here, not the insult one that I called him a pussy, but this one, the original post, then you need to grow the fuck up, and you need to get out of the gaming industry because you have no fucking spine, and you're just acting like a fucking feminist, and you're part of the problem. So, with that said, guys, my name's been Joy. Reddit post will be below. My comments will be below. Obviously, I'll scroll up real quick so you can read all my tweets, and obviously you can check this out on my Twitter. I'm ProGod, by the way. Hi. And you guys can go look at me on Twitter and check me out on Twitter if you want. If you, think that EA is being scummy. This guy right here told me to kill myself, so I just, whatever. I'm not going to argue with that dude. That guy has like 68 followers. Fucking irrelevant. So, I know. I just pulled a rice gum. Fucking stupid. But again, the point is it's going to take 40 hours to unlock a hero, and because they've reduced the prices of heroes, it's still going to take you at least 30, 35 hours, 25 hours to unlock one hero in the game. That's still a pretty decent amount of time. That are you going to be paying, right? That are you going to be paying. They haven't increased the credit drops, and they haven't increased the scrap. They just reduced the hero cost. Like, sorry, I'm not buying your game. Still not buying it. And don't get me wrong, guys. I like grindy games. I like MMOs. I love MMOs. But I don't like developers who act like pussies and act like feminist, little bitches over internet threats and whatever. Because that's been around since, like, early 2000s. So, unfortunately, you can't stop people from threatening a dev. And, again, it's wrong. But at the same time, I've seen Blizzard take more shit than that. Like, come on, dude. Seriously? You fucking make a rated M shooter, and, your shooter's rated M, and you have no balls to handle a threat on Twitter? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Ah, man, what kind of world do we live in, dude? Is everyone just bitches now? Is that what everyone is now? Is everyone a bunch of pussies? Like, they can't take, like, any kind of backlash on Twitter? Like, at all? Seriously? Ah, amazing. Anyways, guys, my name is Joy. Here are all the tweets, as you can see. Yeah, the developer, when he got the death threats, he was like, I have 7 death threats from personal people. I'm getting, an attorney or whatever. Dude, you live in Sweden. We live in the U.S. And by the way, unless they physically fly down there and do anything, you're just being a bitch. So stop it. You're just trying to derail Reddit, basically. You're asking for pity votes at that point. But But obviously the streamer didn't respond to me because she's part of the problem. She's a sellout. Obviously she's going to be buying this game on launch and streaming it to increase that view count, make that money. So, I mean, she has to. Otherwise she'll work a corner and probably suck dick for a living. So, anyways, guys, my name's been Joy. As you can see the tweets, go check them out. You can go check out the tweets, see where I'm coming from. Obviously, if you have a brain, you'll already know with this video. But I just think it's funny that DICE is blocking people on Twitter for even using logic. They're not even threatening the developer, and they're just getting blocked for using logic. It's pretty funny. So fuck you, DICE. You haven't been really good anyway since Bad Company 2. What? You gonna sue me for saying that now? Oh, you poor babies. Grow the fuck up. Fucking bitches.